It has been 8 days since I have reacted to a Sovietwomble video. I can feel my sanity returning, and that is no good for anyone. Hey guys, it's Paul, combat veteran, MMA fighter, YouTuber, caffeine addict, and today we're doing Sovietwomble, random Arma BS part 8, the Ocho. Let's get into it. Oh, wait, I guess you guys want sound, huh?
What's the oh no? Why's the oh no?
Look who's flying.
I specifically asked Greybeard to not put Sovietwomble in my helicopter.
Can we have a
Oh, man. Cyanide is nothing but trouble.
different one?
The Apache has gone down and a sizable force has moved in to secure that helicopter.
Okay, this is 1-1 to platoon lead. We'll destroy the helicopter in about 1 minute. Nyan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I want you to engage the helicopter and destroy it. 9, you take the shot. Whoa! There we go.
Yeah, so actually this is a common, not common, but a standard procedure to avoid the capture of U.S. equipment. This is, what you don't want to do is fall into enemy hands for a couple of reasons. First, you don't want the enemy to reverse engineer your technology, right? Often these things, especially like a helicopter, will have advanced avionics, advanced software, advanced guidance or missile systems, and advanced communications, all of which could be reverse engineered by your enemies. That's not a huge threat in the case of someone like the Taliban. But the second reason is for the intelligence value, right? Even if you can't reverse engineer, say, a attack helicopter, what you could do is at least inspect it enough to find a weakness, right, or a vulnerability that you can exploit, and 2, you can exploit it for intelligence. If there's maps, if there's objectives, if there's radio frequencies, if there is cryptographic information in that helicopter, the enemy can exploit it. That actually happened a few times when helicopters were shot down in Afghanistan. The Taliban were able to get some equipment off of the bodies of U.S. troops, and that it contained thumb drives and other data, including maps of U.S. bases and other sensitive operational information that the U.S. had to go and figure out what had leaked and basically change their whole operational profile so that that data wasn't usable to exploit and attack bases. So the point is, of course, there's the final risk, which is that if the vehicle is intact, it can actually be used for deception, right? So again, a helicopter, probably unlikely that it's going to be restored to use. But if it was a vehicle like, say, a Humvee, right, the enemy could actually use it, put on, fake uniforms, and infiltrate into your friendly lines undetected because they have a properly marked a vehicle that is indistinguishable from other friendly vehicles because it is a friendly vehicle. So you always want to destroy this equipment if you cannot safely recover it, right? And that is what they are doing here.
Really?
In fact, it's what happened in the Bin Laden raid. The stealth helicopter went down and couldn't be recovered in time, and so they extracted on a regular helicopter and actually called it an airstrike to completely destroy the sensitive special operations helicopter that was used in the raid.
Really?
What the fuck? I'm locking it and it's not.
I heard the order for somebody to blow it up, and I was like, yeah, fair enough, that makes sense. And then there was an explosion somewhere in the next village.
Yeah.
Just sitting down having a cup of coffee and suddenly a fucking rocket pops in through the window.
Locked onto his Game Boy or something in the next village.
It targets sensitive avionics. I guess that includes a Game Boy.
Do you want the UAV again?
Yes, please.
Seal and some kind of corner.
This is 1-2, sir. This is 1-2. You shouldn't be here.
I will go wherever I damn please. Stand right in fucking front of you for once.
Whoops, I slipped. I'm so sorry.
It's called a negligent discharge, right? We don't say accidental because there's no accidents. Yeah. If you were to actually have your weapon hot on base and it's not on a firing range, that's a problem. When you go on base, they would have clearing barrels where you put the muzzle of your rifle, you clear it, you remove the magazine, clear the chamber, right? Reload the one round that came out, and you either holster the magazine or you reinsert the magazine, but with the chamber clear. And that way it's just safer, right? It's one extra safety mechanism while you're on base surrounded by friendlies to ensure that your weapon doesn't discharge, say, into Cyanide's dome.
Squad move 8-0, carefully. Where?
80 degrees.
Okay, Bamboonium, can I give you tasking? Mark a gold, infantry next to the hamlet, give it a strafe. Friendlies 100 meters to your west. 100 meters west. I see him. Got him.
I see civilians.
Wow. Wait, you're kidding me?
Well, they're dead now.
Oh!
Not anymore, he doesn't.
I don't see civilians anymore.
Oh shit!
I mean, I gotta say, actually, Soviet did a good job of walking in that airstrike. Yeah, that was solid. The only other thing that you really, I have a strong preference for doing is including a visual marker. So if he had a PEC 15 laser in infrared, he would say, he would also say, hey, I'm lasing the roof of the target. Switch to your IR. Check, you can see I'm lasing the roof of the target right now. It's obviously in daylight, it's not always possible, you don't always have your night vision on you, but it's an easy way to make one final visual safety with that aircraft, right? Because 100 meters is danger close, right? So it's an easy mistake to make, to be like, hey, again, the building is clear. It's like, hey, the enemy's in the building, we are not.
Did I just call in an airstrike on a village? Barbunian, wave off, please. I think I've accidentally called in an airstrike on a civilian target. Oh, no.
That's a court martial.
That's a court martial. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck me. I don't believe this. I shot this blue guy in the neck. Hang on. He's got a gun, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a gun.
He's got a gun, right?
Yeah, he's got a gun.
Yeah, sorry, he's got...
Oh man, it's pretty messed up. There was a unit in Iraq that was accused of doing this. I want to say they were from the Louisiana National Guard, but someone should Google that right before I go talking smack on a state that I don't know anything about. But yeah, they said they would carry around a bunch of AKs and they would just shoot people and then plant the AK and be like, he had a gun. That's a war crime, by the way, and soldiers have gone to jail for that.
My squad basically committed a war crime in the middle of that.
You mean you committed the war crime?
Right, okay, shut up. We just wiped out a village of at least 25 people.
I am willing to testify against my squad leader in exchange.
Hey, no, fuck you.
Sovietwomble.
Oh man, oh god. Okay, I mean, it's actually too high drama. It's too much anxiety for me to get into in this video because it will be a 45-minute long rant. But if you want me to do a podcast episode about the Eddie Gallagher trial and the SEALs, this was a SEAL non-commissioned officer who was accused of killing a wounded child who may or may not have been a combatant with a knife. Yeah. And he ended up getting acquitted, but then he lost his trident. I'm not even gonna get started. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it was a huge deal. It owned like 2 news cycles, and it just raised my blood pressure beyond belief. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to cover that on the podcast. And also, low-key subscribe to the podcast, Combat Veteran Breakdown. It's in the description. Anyway, let's get back to the fun stuff.
Cool. You think he's crap? I think he's crap. I know it's way better.
Did you just call me a faggot?
Yeah.
Eyes on Russian
Nice.
infantry bearing due west.
God damn it.
Why are you invisible?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Cyanide, congrats on the partnership.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's only going to be a short time before you beat Womble now.
Yeah, it's funny.
On the part, I guess he made Twitch partnership.
I'm not trying to be Womble, he's trying to be me.
Really? Really?
After show coming through, bye-bye.
Fucking prima donna. I would like to point out, I know I've said it multiple times, that ever since we started the whole bullshittery thing, complain, all of you. You would whinge. You would just constantly tell me to stop doing it all the fucking time. Oh, now you change your fucking tune. Now you're all streaming just like me.
Oh man, I mean it's funny. It's funny because it's like this is 4 years ago. 4 years ago it was like streaming, like money for streaming, and now it's just like hell yeah, money for streaming. It's the number one thing kids want to be when they grow up now is a streamer.
We're still telling you to stop.
And I just want to point out, streaming is hard AF. And I say that as someone who's pretty successful on YouTube and is, okay, my commitment to YouTube, if you haven't noticed, is like ironclad, right? I get you guys 6 videos a week. Literally, you have seen me barely standing up, just horrifically ill, producing content. And then I stream like randomly. And I don't know how that became the case where I was like content first, streaming secondary. But rest assured, I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm going to get you what you need. I'm going to give you guys the streaming content you deserve. Actually, I'll give you streaming content that's better than what you deserve because I'm in the Discord. I know what you guys deserve.
Okay, right.
Actual entertainment.
Oh, right, okay, is it? You fucking
Yes.
cunt. Right.
What the fuck is going on here?
Hey, you guys, fuck off.
Really? This whole fake nation thing.
Get the doomsday
Oh, fuck it, hang on. You can't beat him, join him.
Clap your hands. What? Only me? Fuck you guys.
Okay, also I want to point out, you may not be able to see it. Let's actually see. Let me try to blow this up real quick because this is important. Nope. Yes, that's what I want. This right here, that appears to be a sheep from maybe an animated series, that animated series with the chickens. Anyway, why did I point that out? I don't know. I love morale patches. That's just my thing. Damn it! Copyrighted music. Oh, son of a... Okay, I did a reaction to that, one of those like CSGO best tricks video. That entire thing was different copyrighted songs. I literally had 5 copyright claims on that stupid video. It hasn't earned me a dime. And it was not that good, frankly. Anyway, I wish they would just stop. I'm going to yell into the mic to get through this part. Don't copyright claim me. Okay. Thank God.
Smoked 50 a day.
You're putting it on. This is a joke. This is a wind-up.
Well, I swear, I'll cross my heart on my parents' life.
Yeah, he's got to be platoon lead.
No.
Are you going to make me an offer I can't refuse?
You come into my family, you disrespect me and fuck with my people. Do you not think I sound like an American rapper?
You do not sound.
He sounds like Travis Scott trying to assume human emotion to apologize. But it's actually a rule once you join the Kardashian clan, through any angle, you no longer are allowed to experience human empathy towards people whose net worth is under $10 million. So obviously, when he had to pretend to apologize, which, by the way, you may notice if you watch Travis Scott's apology video, he doesn't actually use the word sorry or admit guilt of any kind. He says, like, the tragedy was bad thanks to the first responders, none of which could be construed as an admission of guilt. So obviously, Travis Scott had his lawyer holding that camera.
Like an American rapper.
Yo.
I'm sorry I dropped that airstrike. No, wait, sorry. That would incur legal liability. This is the Travis Scott apology for that airstrike. The events that occurred in the village were tragic. The loss of civilian life is a horrible tragedy in war. And I give... My heart goes out to the families that lost people today. My heart goes out to the brave men and women in uniform that defend us. And I pledge to work with the appropriate authorities to respond to this crisis. Now just put that in black and white and maybe add like a sepia filter or something, make it look like I'm a little more somber than I am, and boom, apology done. In fact, you can just clip that and use it as your own apologies for random tragedies, right? You don't even have to be associated with them. You could just apologize to for random news stories and stuff. It basically fits anywhere.
Oh, my name is Ace. I got a face. Now check out the base.
Can someone fucking shoot him?
I need some ligaments. You're being carried.
Yeah, for once I'm being carried, so.
Okay, that's pretty good.
To the right of the boat, you'll see a shoal of Marines in their natural environment.
Moogle, do we have the BTRs?
What a gun.
I mean, the irony is, of course, that is the actual environment of Marine. Despite the fact that they've been fighting in a desert for 20 straight years, Marines are actually doctrinally supposed to secure beachheads for naval operations, right? They're supposed to be the ground fighting force supporting the naval forces of, the Navy. Obviously, the Marines, their egos mean that they have slowly acquired more and more equipment for no reason. They have specialty aircraft, which why a subset of naval operations needs their own specialty aircraft and specialty aircraft carriers. That's right. They have helicopter and VTOL landing jacks because the Marines really want to have fighter jets, despite the fact, again, they're supported by ships, including carrier strike groups, but no, the Marines need their own air assets too, that can take off and land vertically. It's just a testament to the U.S. military's duplicative, nonsensical acquisitions process, that the Marines have so much gee-whiz gear that is already provided by the Navy or the Army or any other branch of the DoD. It just bothers me. It's not an indictment of individual Marines. Those guys eat crayons like it's going out of style, and I give them credit. My stomach couldn't handle that. They're a tougher breed than me. I'm talking about the people at the Pentagon who just cannot stomach the idea that the Marines just have to ask the Navy for support for aircraft.
Sorry, dude, we're hotboxing a bit. Just weed is dank.
What the fuck?
This wouldn't be the first video, but if you've watched my other videos, you know that thing with the hotboxing the tank 100% happened to me. I wasn't in the tank, right? The Afghans were in it. It was a Humvee. The Afghans were in it. And the smoke, the dankness, if you will, was coming out of the turret like a chimney. It was weird, and it's a great story from one of my earlier videos. You should check it out.
What is that? There's a giant trying to board the helicopter! Shit, I forgot.
Sorry? What?
I love his Twitch sub animation. I need a cool sub animation. That's what I need. I just have the default OBS ones. But maybe when I'm a bigger streamer, I can get my own gee-whiz fancy animation. Which again, shout out to the guys in the Discord who some of them made me one for Halloween. That's really actually pretty dope.
I can't hear you over the sound of people subscribing. Sorry, say No, I'm sorry. I seriously couldn't hear you over the sound of the noise.
I'm done.
I didn't know what you said.
I love how he's sitting down and refuses to play.
I wasn't trying to give you sass there. I was being serious.
So he's made a mission for us to attack. We've got 50 odd people over here who are split up into squads, basically, all being led by a squad leader.
Whoa, that's like a Taekwondo kata. But what's really impressive is the fact that G3 maybe suspended in midair. I mean, maybe this is like bullet time where he threw the gun up, is gonna karate chop him, and then catch the gun, and then time will speed back up. Oh no. I give him credit for wearing the beret in a tactical environment. That beret is just a nightmare.
Okay. Whoa, in the bunker right in front of us. Fuck! Getting in there, getting in there. Grenade! I'm grenading it!
You're American. You will never get our POWs.
That was a dramatic way for the rescues to die.
Russians don't go ow! Badass, what the fuck is on your head? Is that fedora?
It's camouflage, so it's acceptable.
Right, really?
Apache.
That is an old school meme, man.
Apache.
Oh god.
This is going to be a very, very antagonizing mission, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I already want to kill you.
Yes. What are you doing?
I'm
What?
preparing for the mission ahead.
Preparing.
Just a quick.
What am I doing?
just a
Hey!
quick pump.
Hey! I've lost control of my body. Hey! Who's doing this?
I'm not doing it.
Bear with me, Cyanide. Darkest Nye, thank you for subbing to me as opposed to Cyanide.
He's probably subscribed to me because I
But-
am the better version of you, more or less.
Emphasis on less, I'd say.
Not really.
I believe the comment that I saw on Reddit was, what was it?
The
Come
hell?
for Womble, stay for Cyanide? Yeah, I think.
Okay, I just gotta appreciate that Cyanide understands the importance of brand identity, right? You notice how he always wears the neck gaiter, like someone who has to wear a mask in the gas station, but thinks it's an infringement on their freedom, but still doesn't want to fight the cashier, and so they wear the neck gaiter with the little teeth that move when he talks. But and it's like that in every video. So you know it's Cyanide.
I think the comment that I saw went something like "eat dick." Robin, thank you, Robin. Thank you.
Oh, Sleagle, thank you so much for subscribing.
Sate, thank you. User Sate on Twitch for subbing to
Tap
me.
and Water, thank you so much for subscribing.
Robin for the win. Thank you for subbing to me, not Cyanide. Thank you.
Comrade Hedonism Bot, thank you so much.
Dumatron, thank you for subbing.
This is pretty funny.
Bailey, thank you for
Liverpool,
subscribing. Thank
123,
you.
thank you so much for
Ragnar,
subscribing.
Ragnar 112. Thank you. Shut the fuck up.
Lieutenant from Hell, thank you for subscribing.
Wacky Wacky, thank you for subbing.
this is hilarious.
We gotta get to the top of that radio tower.
Do you know what? Thinking about it, I mean, just the two of us here. If one of us would have some unfortunate accident, the rest of the platoon would never know.
Yeah. Fucking fuck off.
Yeah, right. Truce
Truce for now.
Truce for now.
Let's take the top of this building.
Is that the guy from Squid Game?
Well, there's a dude here.
Yes, sir, don't worry, we'll take
I love how he's an innocent civilian wearing what looks like a painting suit.
very good care of you.
It's just
Hello, sir, just here to secure you.
okay. Listen, Sana, you and I need to have a talk about what securing means.
Good afternoon, sir. I'll be your security for today.
We've done
Yeah.
a great job securing.
Squid Game. This is the pre-Squid Game. This is what inspired it. This video, guarantee it. Right? They all tried to get the. I didn't watch Squid Game, so I only know what I know from the Mr. Beast video. But you know, they all goofed. They all done goofed.
During this roof.
Yeah, well
I
done.
feel safe now.
Yes.
I feel safe now.
Yes.
Yes.
Those civilians would have reported him. I mean, yeah, that's always the thing, right? Like, it's not always the thing. It is. So there's a couple of, it's tough to say, they're sort of apocryphal, right? Stories of like special forces teams like infiltrating the mountains, and then they have like some kids see them and they're like, do we kill the kid and maintain our stealthy infiltration, or do we let the kid go and get alerted? And it's just like, listen, the times that the teams talk about it, the times where they let them go. It's all, I have no proof. I have zero proof that teams or anyone has deliberately like killed kids to preserve like their stealthy infill. I think the concept is a little stupid. It's not stupid. The recon team is like high risk, low reward. You could achieve the same effect with a drone overflight or any number of things. And unless you're setting up like an Overwatch, in which case you want people who can both see and shoot. But in that case, a stealthy infiltration isn't really that necessary. So anyway, all this to say, being a civilian on the battlefield is just a dangerous prospect.
Where did Zombie go? If I need to carry ammo for him, he kinda needs to be here so I know what ammo
Yeah.
he uses.
Where is he?
Exactly.
Oh,
Off my quad bike!
I think I found Zombie.
He was?
Is that a go-kart, really?
1, 2 copies.
Hang on, see if I can...
That's great.
It's a command mobility vehicle, okay?
What?
It's a command mobility vehicle. Shut up. Squad, keep engaging at bearing 90. Oh, Tristan, you screwed with the chain of command, you got bit, okay? Fuck you. 1, 2, what's your status on the attack?
You know, I always wonder, like, what is the fuel efficiency of a go-kart? You know, because that was part of the appeal, I think, of motorcycles in World War II, was that they were just really, really fuel efficient. They were great as messenger vehicles, even if they were sort of dangerous and you know, useless as a combat vehicle. The ability to zip back and forth between headquarters, front lines, forward positions, rear echelons was really, really useful. But also because you don't want to consume a lot of resources to do so, you want an engine that is both fast and kind of zippy, but fuel efficient. So something like a go-kart with one person, and it may actually be pretty good. Though, I guess if you have all your tactical gear on, you're going to weigh a lot more than a regular person. Certainly more than a typical kid who would be driving a go-kart.
Right, are you guys all 1-1? I will lead you into the fight. Follow me, please.
I wonder if this will trigger the copyright machine.
Come on, faster. Keep advancing. Ow! Keep advancing, brake. You shot the engine of the command mobility vehicle! You have seriously compromised my ability to command this unit!
I have definitely seen a John Deere utility, one of those utility tractors. You know what I'm talking about? They got like 4 wheels. They have a little bit of a track, a little bit of a bed. Definitely seen a 240 Bravo mounted to one of those, and seen it go on patrol. I've seen it leave the fob and go patrol. Hey, faster than walking.
The part where you said the stuff about all the things because I wasn't listening.
Why exactly did we capture Asian Tiger Woods?
Okay, Tiger Woods is actually already Asian. I think his mom's Korean or his dad's Korean. Yeah, Tiger Woods, 100% already Asian. So it's superfluous to be like Asian Tiger Woods. That's just regular Tiger Woods.
Really?
Nice. And the cows. Look at let's blow this up for a second, friends. First off, the cow. Dope. Oh, lamb. Oh, lamb. Lambs. It's a lamb. Huh. All right. Well, I need to go back to kindergarten and get my animal identification down. But yeah, this bright neon pink looks like a camelback. Baller. That's all I have to say about that. Thing kicks ass.
Cyanide, nothing needs to be said, but somehow I know that you're responsible for that.
Guys, grab N-Laws. They're super light if you don't have one. It comes with ammo.
Did somebody turn off the weather?
Yeah, it comes with ammo.
You fucking idiot.
No, you're not.
Dude, doing any military operation in the rain is just so punishing. But that said, if you want to attack a unit that an enemy that you already know their discipline is a little bit shaky, like in a regular force or a militia, definitely hit them in the rain, right? If you are willing to be soaking wet and covered in mud, then you know that if they are ill-disciplined, that they are going to be compelled to go inside, to be a little lazy, and to just generally slack off. That's an easy time to hit.
Back off from my fridge! I will shoot! I will start shooting people! I don't give a shit as long as you don't eat my fucking sandwich. Fucking.
Okay, on this game I get to...
I always wonder, who makes a sandwich then puts it in the fridge? I mean, I've gone to like Subway and gotten like half a foot long and put the other half in the fridge, but they don't stay good for long. The dressings soak right through that bread. It becomes like squishy, wet bread. It sucks, right? Keeping sandwiches in the fridge is just the worst idea. Just eat the whole sandwich. Or just keep the ingredients separate and only make as much sandwich as you're going to eat. Come on.
To be the medic. Never been a medic before. I've got my bandages and I've got my morphine. Let's see how it goes.
This is Spurs, I need a bit of a medic.
On my way. Sit still, I'll get you patched up. One thing though, are you getting enough dietary fiber? Would you consider yourself sexually active? Remember...
Hey, these screening questions are important. Number one killer of soldiers is actually vehicle accidents. And alcohol-related incidents are the #1 reason soldiers miss duty. So, in fact, if you are patching up someone who has a combat wound, you statistically are just as likely to screen them for alcohol abuse, and it will still save the Army combat power.
The boys, only fools don't wrap their tools. Does your family have a history of autism? I'm injecting 55 cc's of estrogen. You know, I actually thought that the Hippocratic Oath was a hip-hop band. Okay, you need to try not to masturbate so much. Do you get a burning sensation when you pee? I now pronounce you legally dead.
Could I get a second opinion?
It's AIDS. It's AIDS. It's AIDS. It's AIDS. It's AIDS. It's a gunshot wound.
Really?
No, it's AIDS. Shit.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Sexual health is important, friends. Use a condom.
I've accidentally given one of you LSD. Sorry, how do you spell placebo? Don't mix prescription medicines unless you're Heath Ledger. No, wait.
Ooh. I think they found that he was on Oxy.
Especially if you're Heath Ledger. Have you considered Bupa? You know, I'm actually a gynecologist. I'm pretty good as a medic, I think. Yeah, I think I found my calling.
Okay, I just want to point out that those things they're laying on are not stretchers. Those are sleeping pads, foam pads for when you're sleeping on a really hard surface, like rock. You can lay out this foam pad and it makes things a little less horrible on your back. The stretchers look different. They have handles, and they still have like rollable stretchers that can roll out, but they have handles. You can grab them so you can actually like carry your casualty. You can also carry casualties in a tarp. But in most like modern, like the MRAPs and stuff, they would have like a really nice stretcher strapped to the outside that you can actually like strap someone into the mummy position. They have a pre-installed cervical collar so you can hold their neck still if they've had a head injury. They're really nice.
He brought his ladder into battle. Are you being serious? So the purpose
Okay, let's see if he talks about it.
of the ladder in battle, he can extend the retractable ladder, then he can engage in a tag team cage ladder match.
Okay, the real reason you bring a ladder is for breaching, right? Usually this is for breaching obstacles that are elevated. So a good example would be something like, let's say you have to climb a fence with concertina wire. Well, you can't climb over concertina wire, but if one person has a ladder, they can climb up, snip the concertina wire, clear it away, right? And then you have a position from which all of you can climb the ladder and breach into the compound. This would usually be some sort of like raiding team, right? It's a little tricky. It's also used in urban combat when you need to want to enter a building, not through the front door. If you believe the front door is going to be heavily guarded, you can enter through the second floor window or through a balcony or something else if you have a ladder that you can access it.
Against Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin or something like that. I'm not entirely clear.
Keep moving up, Bravo Squad.
Suggested George Michael, Careless Whisper. That's what this is. He has the weirdest cards in his videos.
Hey, what are you doing?
Go on in.
Tactically breaching the...
Running away, Russian.
Did that actually work?
Yeah, that worked great. I assume that was the plan all along.
Oh my fucking god! That actually worked!
Yeah, there's no reason for him to climb down. He should clear it. Actually, what they should have done is tossed a nade in if they were certain that it was clear of friendlies or or civilians. Tossed a nade in, and then boom, all of them just infiltrate up the ladder, go in. Right? That's a technique. Obviously, his technique is also an option. Climb the ladder, get security, enter, secure the room, somebody else is right behind you, and then your team enters. Now you have a breaching team who is on the second floor of the building already, functionally behind where the enemy thinks they are.
I take back everything I just said.
Ooh, guys, that was good, man. That was good. Shout out to Sovietwomble for always delivering hilarious quality. His videos get better and better, and I have heard the rumor is that next week's video, part 9, is the best, right? So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.